cuties. Excuse me. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps, the bold and the beautiful edition. All right, guys. This is um for Thursday and Friday. Today is Friday. Yay! March the 10th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, overall, I'm gonna give the episodes 7. Let's just jump right into it. I'm not gonna hold you guys long. We see Liam and Hope, and cutting to the chase, Liam is just like, "Are you serious? Why would you ever think of working with Thomas again?" And shame on Steffi for even trying to back you in the corner to make you do it. He said, "So what? If you don't hire her brother back to work on your line, she's gonna scrap your line." That's what I heard. He said that's what I heard her saying, and she was like, "Thomas, it does work in the line, and it just works." And he said, "I can't believe you're even considering this." She said, "You're trying to make me choose between my career and my family, and that's not fair." And he says, "No. How far can Thomas go? What can he do that will make you say enough is enough? We're not going to continue to do this." Because he said, right now it looks like Thomas can do anything and you just go along with it. And he's tired of it. Mila. And he's tired of seeing this happen. So he's like, right now it looks like no matter what Thomas does, you will always forgive him. You will always. She was like, "Well, we have Douglas," and he understands all that, but he's just like, so everything is forgiven. He could just work with you. He can get his job back. He can have his family and everything. That's what you're saying, that everything is just forgiven. And she said, "Okay, fine, fine. We won't do it. We won't work together again." And he was happy about that. Remember, Hope said this. So then she goes, Thomas, his Dr. Howard and Taylor are there. And I said, "What is Taylor doing here?" Thomas wanted her to sit in on his therapy session. We want to see, said we wanted to see, excuse me, Thomas actually do the work. And so they're showing us Thomas doing the work. And so in that, we see Thomas in therapy, and he's telling his therapist that some people will never think that, he's changed or he's trying to change. And, he regrets what he's done and he feels bad. And Taylor is telling him, like, don't come from it that think of the positive, the changes that you're making. I see it. Your sister sees it. All these people see it, and we know you're trying to be a better person, and we support you. And so he's like, "Thank you so much for that." And the doctor says, "You're not obsessive with Hope. You barely bring her up now." He was like, "Yeah." And so everything looks good on that end with Thomas. And so he talks to Taylor, and he's just hopeful that Hope will forgive him and let him work on the line. But he understands that she has to discuss this with Liam, and Liam will never trust him. And he just lets her know Liam will never trust him. So he's hopeful, but he's not putting all his eggs in a basket when it comes to them. And then we see Katie and Carter. Child, I don't know why they show these two. Carter thinks Katie is trying to friend zone him. Katie says, "No, I'm not trying to friend zone you. I'm calling you a friend, saying you've been my friend." I said, "There's nothing wrong with her saying you've been a good friend to me. Everything doesn't have to be so romantic all the time. Y'all should be friends first and then get into this romance." Like, sister, be friends first and then get into this romance and everything, and then we'll go from there. But she straightens it out with him, and they're gonna do their romance. So then we see Paris, right? So this is Friday's episode. We see Paris with Thomas, and she tells him Hope should be begging you to come back to her line. First of all, Paris looked really nice. I liked her hair and everything. But she said Hope should be begging you to come back. And Thomas said she don't even have to beg. I'll just come back. And they was like, "Okay." And she said, "Well, they're in their meeting right now." So he said, "Well, I'm gonna go and check." And so she was like, "Okay." So Brooke and Hope are talking, and she said, "I'm guessing your conversation with Liam didn't go well." And she said, "No, he's not excited about me working with Thomas and everything." And but before she could really get into it, Taylor comes through. And I said, "Taylor, what?" She said, "I left my tablet here." So instead of just getting her tablet and leaving, Taylor was like, "So what's the decision?" And she says, "Your mom and I have built this friendship and yada yada." I said, "What are you talking about? This isn't about you and Brooke. This isn't about you and Thomas. This is about Hope deciding who she wants to work with." And Hope says she's made a decision, but Brooke says, listen, you don't have to feel like you're rushing it. Take your time. And Taylor's like, no, 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 no. You need to go ahead and make a decision because your line is going to get scrapped. I said, Taylor, now you know you want this girl to make this decision so that she can doesn't have time to think, and she just impulsively brings Thomas back. That's what that was. I like you, Taylor, but that's the truth. So, anyways, Thomas ends up coming in, and Hope says, I need to talk to Thomas alone. Like, you two women leave. So they leave, and they're Taylor's like, she's hopeful that Hope sees the changes that Thomas is making, and she brings him back on. Brooke says she doesn't know. Then Douglas comes into the room, and they tell him, your mom and daddy are in a meeting. They're considering working with each other again. Douglas is excited. I said, why are y'all telling him this? Because maybe they don't work with each other. And so then we see Thomas is in the room with Hope, and he begs her. He's just like, I want to work with you. I want to be in the position to bring your line back to life. And I know Douglas would love to see us working together again. See us getting along and working together, and and so she's like, I'm not ready to let it go. I'm not ready to let this go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I said, girl, we knew you were going to do it. I said, but you hadn't told your husband that you were not. See, I had no problems with Hope wanting to go ahead and bring Thomas back. If that's what you want to do, girl, bring him back. I hope Thomas has changed. I really doubt it. I'm going to be honest with you. I doubt it. I feel like the writers are always playing on something. And I think this time they're gonna, I don't know, heck, I don't know. But if you want to bring him back, bring him back. But don't go over to your husband and tell him that you're not going to do it and then turn around and do exactly that. So she brings him back onto the line, and everyone comes in, and Douglas is ecstatic to hear that his parents are working together. He said, you know what, Mom, seeing you this happy, I want to come home. I love being at Aunt Steffi's, but I'm ready to come back home to the cabin. She was like, oh my gosh, do you mean today? Oh my gosh. And so Hope was all excited and stuff. And then Thomas is looking at her like, yeah. And I said, child, it's going to be a whole mess. And I'm here for it. I mean, listen, to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of the same people circling around each other and working with each other. Bring some extra characters in just so we can have some different storylines going on. I think that's kind of why I like the Bill Sheila storyline. Because they're away from these people. They are with them, but they're away from them as well. So, anyways, then we saw Wyatt and Liam, and you could give some Wyatt a storyline too. Somebody said we've been waiting for Wyatt and Flo to get married since 2021. So Liam is telling Wyatt everything that happened and how he was like, Hope is thinking about working with Thomas. He said, thankfully, she said no. I said, talk to your wife. And so Wyatt is just telling Liam, you made the right decision to tell her no, that he's not someone good she should work with. And so that's it. That he's like, you did good. You made the right decision. So don't feel bad about that. As long as you weren't like trying to control her decision. He said, well, like 10%, but 90% of it, he was just trying to be supportive and let her know where he stands and how he feels about it, but being supportive. And I said, well, maybe. She said no, but then she changed her mind, sir, because really that's what she wanted you to be able to come to you and tell you that she wanted Thomas to work in the first place. I don't know why Hope just lied. I don't know why she did that. Because she said she's telling Thomas that once Liam sees the numbers turn around, he'll know that she made the right decision. And once he sees they're all happy. I said, I don't think that, girl. I don't know. Because Brooke is still on the loose. And y'all know Eric still say that Brooke and Liam are going to get together. But I don't know. Y'all, I got to get out of here. Mila is fussy because she is ready to get out of the house today. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time on What Happened on the Soaps, The Bold and the Beautiful Edition. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It is the weekend. Be safe, be blessed. And I will see you on Monday. Goodbye.